Hey, what's up, everyone? Welcome into All Joe Madden here on Picks and Parlays. I'm Joe, and today I'm joined by Sean Higgs. We are talking early lines, week number 12. Wow, we had some great games in week number 11. Sean, which one really stood out to you before we jump into week number 12 here?
I want to say Carolina, believe it or not.
Okay.
Coming back, winning the way they did, good game for them. I mean, listen, we can talk about Denver winning. They almost beat KC twice last year. The Eagles game, just an ugly game there. Crazy pass interference penalty call late in the game. I was just watching replays there on Twitter. That kind of stuff. Again, that was a ugly kind of game. I think the Bills, as much as that was a nice win for them, I think Tampa, the injuries are just kind of just wearing them down. Just kind of too much to overcome for them.
Yeah.
And then the Seattle Rams game, I had the Rams on the money line, but to get down 14-0 that fast and then to just adjust and be in it at the end, that Seattle team's for real. I don't think people, I think they kind of sleep on them. They don't know much about them up there.
Yeah, absolutely. And that coming down to a missed field goal when we knew Seattle coming into that game had the better special teams. Question marks on the Rams. They had a new kicker out there, had yet to make a field goal before going into that one. So I thought the Seattle Seahawks had cashed me the ticket. I thought they were going to hit that field goal, and we're unable to with 1 second left. But I tell you, that was an epic game out there. But it's time to talk some Week 12. We're kicking it off with the Buffalo Bills here. Going into Houston to take on the Texans. This one has a total right around that 43.5. Now, that's kind of sitting right where it opened. It opened at 43.5. It's been bet up a little bit. It did open as the Buffalo Bills, a 2.5-point favorite. Then Josh Allen looked like Superman in that game versus the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. How many passing? How many rushing? 3 rushing, 2 passing touchdowns? I can't remember. It was insane what he was able to do. So back to Superman. Can they roll into Houston on a short week here on a Thursday night and take on this defense?
And the line move's fine. I understand. It was like last night when I was doing it was like 3.5s. I was like, this looks so low, 3.5. Like they're just begging to take Buffalo. Yeah. And of course, it reopens Monday and a point higher the way Buffalo played, and Houston struggled to get by Tennessee. I mean, why do I think this is too low, Joe? Like I want to take, and again, this is kind of like last week's game with the Raiders in Denver. You really got to get involved in something that's looked real easy to take Chargers last week. And you think about it, be like, you know what? You're going to give me a Raiders and a Denver team that kind of plays down to people. I'll take the Raiders and the points, end up being a good luck. Like this game here, Buffalo looks fine, but I've seen them struggle. They almost lost to the Saints. They lost to the Falcons. They lost to the Dolphins. You know, this line to me, this is a no man's land number. It's like the 5.5. This is the same kind of, the line going to 4.5 makes sense. If you got Buffalo -3, you would have grabbed it yesterday or this morning.
Yeah, there is a 3.5 on Pinnacle. So there is one floating around.
Is this going to sway you because the public's coming in on Buffalo at 4.5? Of course not. If Buffalo's going to win, it's going to be by 10+ points. I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to get to this one. I want to take Houston because it looks low, but Buffalo is a Super Bowl favorite or contender, I should say.
Yeah, exactly. So I expected them to open as a bigger favorite in this one. I was looking for them to be a 6.5, 7-point favorite, even on the road on a short week. So it kind of confuses me with that line. We'll see Houston's defense. Maybe they will contain Josh Allen. We'll see what happens in that. But when we look at Sunday, going into the Sunday games, you guys, the first game we're going to talk about is Pittsburgh versus Chicago. Now, Caleb Williams has looked a lot stronger this year than I would have expected. He's not turning the ball over as much, Sean. He's actually having some control out there, but a 3-point favorite, 3.5, I'm seeing starting to pop here versus the Steelers. The Steelers, Mike Tomlin, dog roll. It's kind of where you normally want to bet them. This total sitting at 45.5. It did open as Chicago 1.5-point favorite. So early thoughts on this one.
it's one because you think you got Aaron Rodgers quarterbacking, and then you flip it to Mason Rudolph. And honestly, I want to take Mason Rudolph in the 3 points here with Pittsburgh.
He looked good yesterday.
Rodgers is a guy who just sucks the life out of you. I mean, maybe they don't like Rodgers. You don't know. I mean, people talk about him after he leaves, how they don't like the guy, how he's selfish. Rudolph's been in the system for a long time under Tomlin. I mean, I know he left, but he came back. And can I trust the Bears as a favorite? I mean, they would have lost to the Giants here.
Yeah.
They would have lost to the Giants if Jackson Dart didn't get hurt. I'm not saying Rudolph's better than Dart. I'm just pointing out the obvious that Chicago's got some wins. They could very well have some losses at. That game. I mean, the Raider game. Washington up and then they hand them the ball to say, oh, you know what, here, try to score on us. So they've been gifted a couple victories. And sometimes it's better be lucky than good. I can't lay with this kid. No way. I think this is a Pittsburgh spot. And it makes sense. This is how Pittsburgh plays. They lose, they win. You're not expecting much. They come out, you think they're going to bounce back. They lose a game. Give me Rudolph here in the 3 with Pitt.
Yeah, let's see. Let's see what happens with Aaron Rodgers. They're saying break in his wrist, slight break. But more information coming out this week, you guys. Just a lot of unknowns if he's going to be out there.
Why bring him back? Why bring him out there? For what?
Rodgers.
He wants to come with a broken wrist from the comeback and win 7 games to go 7-9 or 10. Where are you going? Let Rudolph play. Let this guy take over.
Yeah, I've never been a big buyer in on Mason Rudolph ever since that helmet incident a couple years back. But man, he looked good yesterday.
Why are you putting Rodgers in there? To what? To get you maybe a wild card berth? This kid could get you a wild card berth. If you lose, you're not bringing Aaron Rodgers back next year. See what you have in this guy.
Yeah.
For a season, you're good enough not to get a good quarterback. That's what you are.
That is true. Okay, let's move on to the next game. Talk about needing a quarterback. The New York Jets taking on the Baltimore Ravens. This one is an ugly line. We got the Ravens laying 14 points over under a 45.5. And going into this one, we looked at that. It was 14.5. So we're seeing a couple 14.5 still out there. The majority of the books down to that 14 number. 44.5 basically across the board from opening. Baltimore, they just need the win. Is there any situation here where you can see the New York Jets coming in and upsetting? Like week 13, Baltimore has Cincy on deck. So it's not like there's a look-ahead spot here that you got to worry about, but 14 points? Do they really need a big win like that?
Yeah, I'm not. I mean, people are going to get down on this. They're like, oh, they look bad. Cleveland has a defense. Cleveland plays defense. The Jets, as much as they can be there, I can't get involved in this game. It's 2 touchdowns. I mean, on premise, you just be like, take the road, take the dog when you get 14.5. I mean, 2 scores in NFL, and Baltimore hasn't looked all that great. Hey, it's not like they've been dominant. It's not like the first game they scored 40. I'm not interested. I don't think I'm thinking this one. No, thank you.
Yeah, Baltimore does have issues in the secondary, you guys. So we'll see if Justin Fields can come out and exploit those. But we haven't seen Justin Fields really be able to exploit any secondaries this year. So I would look at maybe their tight end, Mason Taylor, for his receiving yards. We know we're going to get a couple of deep passes to him if Justin Fields can hit on target. But yeah, dirty game out there. Another one, large spread here is the New York Giants travel into Detroit to take on the Lions. The Lions are 10.5 point favorite off the loss on Sunday Night Football. It was another snooze fest out there between the Lions and the Eagles this Sunday. I didn't enjoy the game, Higgs. I don't know about you, but I want some exciting action out there. And I love defense, but man, last night's game was boring as well.
Yeah, you can't fire the coordinator when you're the coordinator as the head coach. Now, everybody's remember that game. So do they think they come home and just roll it up here, right? Get the Giants, Jameis Winston. I want to say an under in this game. Yeah. I almost pulled it last night. It's a 5. It's a 50.5, 49.5. I could say an under here. 50.5. Are the Giants scoring? I know Detroit's defense is a little questionable. I can't see it. You're telling me Detroit's scoring 40 here? I don't know. I can't bet on thinking, well, they're going to break out now. Again, big line. You want to tease it down to 3? I could do. You want to do some 7-point teaser with somebody else?
Yeah, maybe that one. And
we can go that route. Something, you know.
Yeah, some ugly lines this week for sure. So that total's actually moved up, you guys. It did open at 48.5. So if you're looking for that under, there are 50.5 across the majority of the books. Some still sitting at that 49.5 mark. So make sure you do shop those lines. Let's talk about one of the hottest teams out there in the league, the New England Patriots. I cannot believe how this team just keeps rolling. They're now taking on the Cincinnati Bengals, who we know the issues. Still Joe Flacco. We haven't heard news of Joe Burrows getting back in this lineup, but New England opened as a 5-point favorite. We're now seeing a 7.5 on Pinnacle. You're getting plus money laying the 7.5, but the other books I'm seeing 7s across the board at minus 110. 50.5 this total, up from a 49.5. There is a 49 floating around at Pinnacle as well. Sean, Patriots, do they keep rolling?
I had Cincy yesterday. The Patriots, I was down on. I'm like, no way, these guys. And they keep just getting it done. The Cincy defense still looks terrible. I know the offense gave a fumble or interception. They gave some, helped out the cause a little bit yesterday. But, yeah, I can't get behind Cincy. I've done it a bunch. I've had Cincy a bunch of times this year. I don't know if I can do it here. New England looks for real. Do I want to lay 7? We're just talking about, you want to tease it down? Yeah. The old three-team teaser from DK, 7 points for plus 120. Bring this guy to even. You want to bring the Ravens, or in the next game, Seattle? A lot of big faves. Yeah. Big faves on the road are scary, young guys. I've choked with Cincy already a few times. It's tough to keep going back to that. Tough to keep going back. New England looks like the real deal. They have home field. They nearly have home field locked up.
Oh yeah, and they're going to keep pushing.
You know what? They're beating everybody they got to beat. They've beaten everybody in front of them. A couple losses, whatever. But this is a team they beat. They've done it in the past. Why is it going to change now? I don't think it will.
Yeah, it's going to be a struggle in this one for Cincy to move that ball. We know they don't have much of a run game anyways, but against this New England Patriots run defense, they're going to struggle to move the ball on the ground, and Joe Flacco just has to throw it up. Is he going to be able to exploit a couple of weaknesses in that secondary when they come? Maybe, but is he going to turn the ball over? I would count on that more so. Maybe a Cincinnati Bengals team total to the under?
I could do that.
Yeah,
I could do that. Okay, it's just, you have a veteran Hall of Fame quarterback and you got 2 stud wide receivers. Yeah. You should be able to get to 20 by accident.
Should. Chase and Higgins, right? Like you should be able to get the ball to them, but we saw those struggles yesterday. Okay, what about Seattle? 13-point favorite. You already teased this one. Taking on the Tennessee Titans. I thought the Titans had a clear opportunity to get that win yesterday. Wasn't able to happen. The total sitting at 41.5 in this. Such a low total, especially when Seattle's laying that many points. But this defense is for real. We saw it yesterday versus the LA Rams. The defense did everything to hold them in that game. We did see Sam Darnold turn the ball over a couple times. I wasn't impressed with that. I'm looking for more poise out of him versus the Tennessee Titans here, but that Titans defense looked pretty good on Sunday Football. What do you think in this one?
Darnold's lost now 3 times to the Rams. Twice last year, this year. That's a tough team. Tennessee's defense, I think it's kind of tough, but I also think the numbers are kind of skewed based on how bad their offense is and the other team just kind of running out the ball. But I had Tennessee yesterday. I thought that was their spot. We talked about last week. I'm like, this is their spot. Bye week. They fired the coach. Quarterback's going to come in. Good game. I'd lay with Seattle here. As much as I was like, hey, you can't lay points. Seattle's off a bad loss. But come on, this is everything but a get-right spot. They will kind of grind away on this and win, 27-6 or something. It'll be 13-0 or 13-3. And you're like, oh, my goodness, I'm not going to cover this number. Seattle will just beat them down and pull away. Tennessee's – that's it. I think that yesterday's game was we almost won game. Like that, yeah. Tough to come back from that one. You had a team beat and you let it slip away. So I'll lay with Seattle here.
Yeah, and I think that's a great way to go. They will be facing Minnesota at home in week 13, but we know Seattle's been better on the road than they have been at home this season. So I do think it's a really solid way to go with Seattle. Looking at Minnesota. They're taking on the Green Bay Packers. JJ McCarthy versus Jordan Love. Okay, so we've got a spread of 6.5 in this one. Did open at 5.5 for the Packers, shot up to 6.5. That total 43.5 at open has dropped. It's 41s, 42s out there at the highest. I'm shocked it's gone down. What about you?
Well, listen, I had Minnesota and I had the Giants yesterday. So that's how I feel about these two teams. I took Minnesota already. I had them on Wednesday. I took them at 6.5 in this because I thought, you know what? I like the Giants. I thought the Giants could maybe pull off an upset.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought Minnesota was going to win their game. Didn't happen. But I think the total's coming down because Love is banged up. And McCarthy looks like trash. You know, I mean, and you got defenses that are going to be okay. We've seen Green Bay play dogfights. Why wouldn't this line come down? The offenses aren't doing much. And you're going to be 6.5 for Green Bay, who barely scored 20. I'll take a shot with the Vikings at 6.5 here. Sign me up.
Yeah, Green Bay's really confusing because they've looked amazing in some games so far this season, and then they look terrible in others. It's like, which Green Bay Packers team is going to show up?
They started out great. They look good. You beat the Lions in Washington, and you see what Washington turned into. And then after that, you lost to Cleveland. You lost to Carolina. You tied Cowboys 40. You almost lost to Atlanta. You almost lost to the Giants with a backup third-string quarterback. I mean, sometimes it's just not. No, it's let down every week. I mean, that's a bad team. That's not what we said this last week. You're not a good team if you have a letdown spot every game. That's not a good team. No, you're not a good team. You shouldn't be laying 6.5. This line should probably be like a field goal, believe it or not, I think.
Yeah, this should be more like a field goal game, especially between these two teams. So let's look at the next game. This one is so interesting, Higgs. I can't wait to see how this one plays out. The Indianapolis Colts taking on the Kansas City Chiefs. Now, this is a 3.5, 49.5, open at 4.5 for KC. We saw Denver get the win yesterday. I was so excited. I took Denver plus the points and straight up on the money line. They were able to get it done. Daniel Jones, the Indianapolis Colts. This offense is legit. Can KC's defense keep him in the game?
I don't know if Casey's going to make the playoffs. I mean, people are just betting KC.
I love it. I'm an AFC West fan. I mean, I'm a Chargers fan. Let's go.
2 weeks ago, I'm like, wow, Kansas City offense looks like they're on track. Looks like they're going to be the Super Bowl team out here. I'm not sold on New England. You know, Kansas City looks like they're back. And then a couple losses, you're like, he gets. I mean, the Colts off a bye week, fine. You got to take into the fact that it is Kansas City in November for a dome team. Forget Daniel Jones playing in Jersey. It's still a tough place to play. But you're going to give me a half a point there on the 3. And Kansas City has just over the years played down to field goal games anyway. It looks way easy to take Kansas City here. I'm leaning Colts.
I think we got to go Colts. What do you think people are going to do, though? Do you think we're going to start to see money coming in and shift in this line where we're going to get a better number again on the Colts? Or do you think the lack of faith is there now out of the general public for Kansas City?
I think it's going to go up. People will bet Kansas City. No way they lose again. Yeah. It'll go up.
I also like the Arrowhead. People will trust in them, right?
What I'm going to trust in is an under here, right? Because you got Taylor on the other side. You're going to run the ball. You want to keep Mahomes off the field, right? So how are you going to do that? You're not going to do that whipping the ball around. You really want Daniel Jones in a shootout? No. You want them to take the clock and kind of milk it. You don't want Mahomes on the field. At home, I mean, come on. These guys get flags. What are we doing here? The less that guy's on the field, the better. So I'm going under. That'd be my favorite out of the side total.
Yeah, and then I'm going to look at Jonathan Taylor props for sure. I'm so glad you brought him up. Expect a huge game out of him in this one versus the Kansas City Chiefs. And the Kansas City Chiefs, they've got a strong front seven. They're going to try to get to Daniel Jones. They're going to have to get that ball out of his hands really quick because that will be the difference for Indy to be able to get the straight up win. Sean, I'm going with the straight up win in this one as well. I just want to look at those money line prices because I'm going to bet it right after this show. Right now, the Colts, they're only plus 145. I thought we'd get a little bit more on the money line there. It's a big task going into Arrowhead.
We should get a little better.
It should be. It really should be. Right? Why aren't they giving us plus 160 even? Wow, I'm shocked by that.
They know they're going to win, probably. That's why.
Oh, man. That tells you a lot when the books are doing that. Yeah, there's a plus 158 hanging right now on FanDuel. So that gives you a little bit more value on FanDuel. That's
Yeah.
bouncing around over there, you guys. It was as high as plus 172. So shop those lines depending what you like. You guys can check out Odds Logic for those. Jacksonville destroyed my Chargers. Chargers going into a bye. They won't be out here for week 12. Jacksonville made them look terrible. Justin Herbert couldn't move that freaking ball. Higgs, I was done. I was done within the first 5 minutes of that game. It was awful. Now they're taking on the Arizona Cardinals. The Cardinals, complete struggles this season. This line opened as Jacksonville, basically a pick 'em. They're now a 2.5-point favorite. Total was 44.5. It shot right up to 47.5. How are the Cardinals scoring, though? Jacoby Brissett, can he have a solid game like we saw on him once? I don't know.
Well, I had the Jags yesterday. I had the over, too. So that's a tough way to lose when a team scores 35. They can't go over a total. So
I got the live one on End Zone. It dropped to 36.5.
Yeah, excellent by you. Excellent work. I like the Chargers here. I think the backup bump is gone for Arizona.
Yeah.
And you saw it yesterday. I had the Niners. You just can't keep losing. You lost your starting running back. You lost your number one receiver. You lost your number one quarterback. Eventually, that kind of stuff catches up with you. You're not a good team. You got other injuries. And do I want to lay 2.5 with Jacksonville? No. I mean, I got a Jacksonville minus 114 and a plus 1.5. I'd rather run that route. Listen, lay to 130. I'd rather do a money line here. That I don't want to lay points. You know, if it could be close with Brissett. You know, he's a veteran. I still like the Jags. They're alive for the division. They're just a game back here. Colts go down, these guys win. Hey, look at this. We got a shot at winning this thing. We're back alive for the division here.
Yeah, solid defense too that we've seen out of Jacksonville. You guys, at time of recording here, we're recording on a Monday, so we haven't seen tonight's Monday Night Football game. The Las Vegas Raiders taking on the Dallas Cowboys, but the Raiders will be playing Sunday afternoon in Week 12 versus the Cleveland Browns. Two terrible offenses, Higgs, versus each other. Low total, 37.5 to represent that. But come on, how low is too low, or is this a live betting situation? You're going to be sitting on End Zone taking it to the over.
Yeah, man.
It's awful.
You could mistake your way to this total.
Yeah.
I mean, Vegas is the least scoring. They have 139 points. They have the least amount of points in the league.
Mm-hmm.
And we're going to get Sanders here. Where's the button? 1-800 get some help. Come on. Do you really want to?
We need a 1-800 get some help button for this game. If you're betting, if you're going big on this one, nasty.
I mean, this is not good. Cleveland's got a real defense, so they have a shot here. But I can't tell you to put money on this game.
No, I can't tell you to put money on this game either, unless you're looking at those defensive props, those sacks to come in. I'd look at Max Crosby for the Las Vegas Raiders to get through that line, but we'll see. Let's move on to Atlanta. The Atlanta Falcons taking on the New Orleans Saints. The Saints having those struggles on the season. The Atlanta Falcons, Bijan Robinson really being strong for them. Is a 3.5 at open now, moving to that 1 point, dropping even from the 1.5 as we started this show, Higgs. That total sitting at 39.5, another low total across the board. We're seeing 38.5 starting to pop. Can either of these teams get enough points to push it over? You're muted.
I'm muted because I was sniffling.
Okay.
So I gave a little wait there for my it's summer winter allergies here. We got the line move because we got no Penix. And I think I said this last week about Atlanta. I said, sign me up for New Orleans here plus 3.5 because they're going to be coming off a bye week. Atlanta's coming off a big rivalry revenge game, right? On the heels of their Europe game that they lost bad. And I thought this would be kind of a flat spot. It's a bounce back, but I don't think it'll bounce back. I mean, you lost. This is 2 weeks in a row. They lose in the fourth quarter, leading the game, getting it to overtime, losing again. I mean, this is – and they're going to get up now with no quarterback. People thought this team was going to win the division. They got, 3 wins? I thought they were crap. We've done the show. Go watch other shows and we talk about the Falcons. Give me the lowly Saints. Give me the lowly Saints here.
Saints win it straight up?
Yes.
Did you look at money line? Yeah, because Money
Technically, it
line
could be
spread.
110. I don't think they lose by a half. Was it 21-20? Is that the way you're going to, that'd be a terrible way to go if you had the money line. You'd be like, what the hell? I should have took 1.5. Well, you should have watched the show last week. You would have had a plus 3.5. So,
Well,
I
exactly.
don't know what to tell you.
Interesting to see that money line move since yesterday's games closed. You were getting the Saints at plus 130, now minus 105 as money keeps coming in on the New Orleans Saints. So grab them now, you guys, before they move to that favorite roll across the books. We're going to now talk about the Philadelphia Eagles. They're taking on the Dallas Cowboys. So again, we haven't seen Dallas play on Monday Night Football. The Dallas Cowboys, a 4.5-point dog at home currently in this one, 50.5. We know Dallas. We know their defense. I'm not sure if they're going to show up versus the Raiders tonight. They added 2 new weapons out there on their defense. That is Wilson and Williams. We'll see what they can do on Monday Night Football. Are you banking on them to come out strong and maybe this line moving here a little bit, Higgs?
I got a 5.5 on this last week.
Yeah.
And I know it's I like the under. I don't see how the way these teams have played, the Philly defenses look good, but their offense looks terrible. Give me the under. I know Dallas defense is bad. Yeah. Is Philly just going to show up randomly now and drop a 30 spot? I can't, like I was saying, I can't just bet on a team to be good all of a sudden. Give me Dallas as a home dog. Again, they could very well be off a loss on Monday night. I mean, I think they should win. You got a better offense. You're playing with emotion, bye weeks, your guy passed away, whatever. But do something here. This is a rivalry game. You got Philly, KC, and Alliance in a row. They thought this team was like, I know he's the owner. Or Super Bowl, we're going to make deals. Get it done here at home. I lean Dallas in the points, but I like the under as well. I'm going to go against everybody probably on the over here with the Dallas defense. I'm going to go under.
Yeah, I can see people loving this one going over that total. So I think it probably moves off that. It opened at 50, now 50.5. I won't be shocked if this one bounces up to 51. So I would wait if you like the over as well. Do you see it moving the opposite direction though, Higgs? Like, do you think just jump on the 50.5 now?
I would, because what's this game going to be like tonight? Like when I do my little show, it's a kind of read the tea leaves. Like, I think something's going to happen, how the games are going to play out, which is why I like XYZ, right?
Yeah.
So I think Dallas wins this game. So I think this line's going to come down, which is why I'm going to grab it early. So I like Dallas with the most points you could get.
Okay.
And point-wise, though, I'm just taking the under even before this, because the Raiders, like I said, the least amount, I think they scored 139 points this year.
That's terrible. Yeah.
And you'll get a feel for Dallas, because this is a quasi-bye week for the Raiders as well. They play Thursday night, right? Yeah. So, I mean, they have extra time. That was a 10-7 game versus a rival. Mm-hmm. Are they going to score 20 tonight? I mean, Tyler Lockett's back with Geno Smith and, Pete Carroll. It's going to be
Are you ready to wave a flag and congratulations to the Raiders? Like, are you excited for that? I'm not.
No, I mean, I'm just saying that's good. You bring another old guy in. I don't understand. Your team's going nowhere. Like, I know Carroll wants to win. You want to win games, but on the same token, where's your future?
Yeah.
Where's the future here? You want to win games to what? Get a crappy draft pick? You need a quarterback. I don't know. Again, back to this one. I like the under. I like Dallas. Again, read the tea leaves. I think the Monday night game's going to play out. It'll be a Dallas win. Should be something along like 27-13 or something. Not crazy scoring. But again, look at the way Philly's played the last 2 weeks on primetime.
Oh, I know.
Well, Philly's last 2 games don't even all 4 teams don't add up to this total.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, guys, we're going to get into the Sunday night football game as well as the Monday night football game. But before we do, I just want to remind you of everything going over on picksandparlays.net. You want to check out the Weekend Warrior for all of Sean Higgs's best bets on Saturday and Sunday for only $49 in football. So that's college and professional football. And it's such a great savings out there. And as well, he's going to throw in those Monday plays at no extra cost. Now, Higgs does cover so much. So if you're looking for more than just football, make sure you check out the rest of 2019 2025 for just $8.30 a day. That's over on picksandparlays.net. So let's jump into the Sunday night football game. Sunday night football. This should be a great game. I'm actually really excited. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers, led by Baker Mayfield, versus the LA Rams. So they're in LA for this Matt Stafford MVP combo. He's looking the best of his career out there. The Rams, though, laying 6.5. That over under 49.5. Man, this is a hard handicap for me. I don't know if the Rams can cover that, but do we really trust Baker against the defense here? Like, this is going to be epic, I think.
This is a tough one here. Tampa's coming, so in Buffalo, they go to Tampa for a couple days, fly out to LA. You got to look at the injury report. Like, I think Tampa's at a point where it's like total, as bad as the Niners are, Tampa's injury report's just as bad, mass unit style. Rams off a tough one. I would lean Rams. How about an under in this one? Actually, you know what?
Could be a sneaky over, though. This is a hard one. I can make a case for an over. I can make a case for an
this
under.
is a tough one. I think the Rams score because Tampa Bay just gives up points. Like you saw it yesterday. Like this game could be the same kind of way. Maybe Tampa doesn't score in the 30s, but they're going to get like 24. But if they're going to give up yardage like they did to Buffalo, the Rams are going to score 35-40 themselves. You know what? Let's go over. Over. Let's play safe. We'll take the cowards away. I'll take a total here. I can't get a board aside right away right now.
Yeah, I really do think this one probably does go over. I think it's sneaky over. This could be an overtime style game. The Rams coming off that huge game versus Seattle, and Tampa coming in here. We know they can move the ball. We know the Rams will be able to move the ball on them. So I can see it sneaking, that total climbing. It was 48.5 at open. You guys, we're seeing 49.5. There's still 49 sitting on Sports 411. That is where I will be shopping for those numbers. But Monday Night Football, man, I don't think I could take this one to the over. Higgs, we got the Carolina Panthers taking on the 49ers. Do we just lay it with the 49ers in this one? They're laying 7 points. 47.5 is that total. 6 was the opening number. There's still 6.5s out there. You're going to have to lay the juice on the 6.5. But Higgs, I don't know if I can trust Carolina.
They've been spunky, these guys.
Yeah, they have.
And they're alive for some playoff action. You're off that kind of game. That's not, you're professionals. It's not like you have stuff left in the tank, but that's a big win. Niners at home, getting healthy. I prefer the opener 6 than the 7. Like 7.5, as much as I like 7.5 with faves, I'd almost lean a little Carolina with that one. Because they've been good. They've been surprising. You know,
it's really have. But now they have to play CMC. How are they gonna
this is a big challenge here for them. I'm gonna have to say San Fran in this one. Let's go San Fran. But you know what? I wouldn't be shocked this game goes over. Like, I mean, whatever you do on either side, whoever you like, I think you take the over anyway. I think Carolina's gonna score points. This should be the Niner defense is still banged up a bit, you know, so.
You look at this team, who hasn't been banged up other than CMC? Like, CMC hasn't missed any time, has he?
He's like a rare guy. He's the healthy one this year. It's weird.
Yeah, it's totally weird.
Whoever you like, take the over. Worst case, you split.
Yeah.
I mean, this is not going to be like a 13-6 game. No way. No way.
It can't be. It really can't be. We can't have another snooze fest on Monday Night Football. Hoping for a solid Monday Night Football game tonight. But Higgs, if I'm looking at this and if I'm looking at any dogs barking, man, I think this is a hard one for the dogs. I really do. It would probably be Pittsburgh for me, taking on the Chicago Bears.
Yeah,
you?
I like that one. Like I said, I got the Minnesota 6.5.
Yeah.
Dallas 4.5 there. The Saints aren't much of a dog now anymore.
Yeah.
But those would be my 3. Pittsburgh in the 3. Vikings, obviously. Yeah. Cowboys. Again,
and the Colts?
Can we make cases for the Colts? I was going to say the Colts, Carolina. I mean, there's some. It's a tough week, so you know, get stuff a little bit. You know, you don't have to bet every game. Just because there's 15 doesn't mean you need 15 sides of totals. You can be like, I'm sitting that one out.
You absolutely don't have to bet every game. We talk every game. You don't have to bet every game. If you're looking, though, for Sean Higgs' games that he is betting, again, check out that Weekend Warrior package over on Picks and Parlays. You don't want to miss out on that. Again, it's just $49. You'll get all of Higgs' best bets on the football field for Saturday and Sunday for just $49. He's also going to include those Monday plays at no extra cost. So head on over there. Sean, I want to thank you so much for joining me to talk these early lines today. I know you got a busy one. Where can people catch you today?
Yeah, well, I'll be rolling on a little midday money. You find that on YouTube, also on the X at the Mr. Sean Higgs. Come check that out. And going forward, we have more free pick videos coming on the PMP channel. So there's that. I'm around. We come in, we do our little. I love the show like this on Monday for the Lions. I do it myself. I love it. NFL, you need to have the best number available. It's not just one day. You got to look at the entire season, because you can just be spinning every week going 5-5 or something, or 4-3, 2-4, back and forth. But those numbers will eventually get you good, and then you'll finish strong. That's what it's about. It's not about just the one game.
Absolutely, you guys. So turn on that notification bell here on YouTube so you do know when all of the free videos drop. You don't want to miss out on any of the great content here on Picks and Parlays. And make sure you do check out Midday Money. I'm excited for it, Sean. All the best in your shows today. Keep crushing the books. Good luck on Monday Night Football, and we'll see you again next time here on All Joe Madden. Thank you.
You also, Joe. Thanks.